speech of Ambassador Vishal Sharma.
Namaste. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Sri Ramakrishna Ashram, Rajkot, Gujarat, for organizing this international webinar on such an important theme, Swami Vivekananda and Interfaith Harmony for World Peace. The preamble of the Constitution of UNESCO declares, "Since wars begin in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defenses of peace must be constructed." Religion can play an important part in constructing defenses of peace in the minds of people. But when the ideas of sectarianism, bigotry, and fanaticism enter any religion, it becomes a source of spreading violence in society rather than spreading peace. Swami Vivekananda rightly pointed out in the World's Parliament of Religions in Chicago on 11th of September 1893, sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth. They have filled the earth with violence, drenched it often and often with human blood, destroyed civilization, and sent whole nations to despair. Had it not been for these horrible demons, human society would be far more advanced than it is now. But their time is come, and I fervently hope that the bell that tolled this morning in honor of this convention may be the death knell of all fanaticism, of all persecutions with the sword or with the pen, and of all uncharitable feelings between persons wending their way to the same goal. Federico Mayor, the then Director General of UNESCO, in his inaugural speech of the exhibition and seminar in commemoration of the centenary of Swami Vivekananda's address at the World's Parliament of Religions, said on 8th October 1993, "There are many aspects of Swami Vivekananda's thoughts, his ideas, and his social message, which make UNESCO a very good setting for celebration in France of the centenary of his parliament in the World's Parliament of Religions, held in Chicago 100 years ago then." He further added, "I am indeed struck by the similarity of the constitution of the Ramakrishna Mission, which Vivekananda established as early as 1897, with that of UNESCO drawn up in 1945. Both place the human being at the center of their efforts aimed at development, but place tolerance at the top of the agenda for building peace and democracy. Both recognize the variety of human cultures and societies as an essential aspect of the human heritage. Peace is a culture that must be carried forward every day by each of us. This is Swami Vivekananda's message, and it stands at the heart of the UNESCO's mandate." The world today is going through a challenging period of transition. We have seen many evils like racism, inter-ethnic strife, religious conflict, and terrorism returning with renewed force. Therefore, in its 211th Executive Board, UNESCO sought the revision of the 1974 recommendations on education. UNESCO in 1974 had brought out a historical recommendations for global education in which peace, harmony, and fundamental freedoms were brought together. But 47 years later, in 2021, in the 211th Executive Board, UNESCO sought its revision, stating that the conditions are insufficient to change mindsets. India intervened. We said that the conditions are insufficient to change mindsets because the outlook of global education has been materialistic. We desire it to be reoriented and become more humanist or holistic. While the augmentation of human knowledge is appreciable, what about the need to focus on the evolution of human consciousness? While IQ, intelligence quotient, is important, what about EQ, emotional quotient? We are all socio-emotional beings. And what about SQ, spiritual quotient. And India defined that spirituality is distinct from religion. We define spirituality as that component inherent in every human being, regardless of caste, creed, race, religion, economic situation in life. Spirituality is that component that helps connect one human with another. Spirituality is that component that helps you connect with the flora and fauna and helps you connect with the universe. We are all spiritual beings. And if our education is oriented towards that direction, then perhaps the next 46, 47 years will usher in a new thought among human society. And then we would not have to bother about changing mindsets, because we would have succeeded in changing the hearts of people. Education is the great alchemist. The alchemist of the yore had the ability to convert base metal into gold. It is education that is the alchemist today that can convert the materialistic hearts of people and give rise to a golden-hearted generation. This is what we hoped and we prayed for the revision of the 1974 recommendation to give a new orientation to global education. And therefore I feel that seminars and webinars like this, as being conducted by the Ramakrishna Mission, are a source of renewed strength and encouragement to fight, to give rise to a new humanity, and to walk on the path with confidence as shown by Swami Vivekananda. Namaste and Jai Hind.
We are grateful to Ambassador Vishal Sharma